On dit merci au PM sortant, Dr Claude Joseph, désormais ministre des Affaires.
Je vous invite à prendre la parole.
Haiti's army was called to patrol the international airport after reports of heavy gunfire and clashes with armed gangs in the area on Monday. Gang violence in the Caribbean nation is escalating despite a 72-hour state of emergency declared by the government on Sunday in response to a massive prison break over the weekend. Gangs themselves have warned residents in the capital Port-au-Prince to keep children home, although the government has kept schools open during the state of emergency. A fresh wave of gang violence last week forced around 15,000 people to flee the capital in just 3 days, according to the International Organization for Migration. Many of them had already been displaced, living in makeshift camps in schools and hospitals. Victims of gang violence living in this camp told Reuters armed gangs destroyed their homes, forcing them into overcrowded living conditions with limited access to water. The prison break over the weekend saw gangs break into 2 facilities, one of which is Haiti's largest prison. It allowed an unknown number of inmates to escape. Gang leader Cherizier, a former police officer, has called on gangs to join forces and overthrow Prime Minister Ariel Henry, who has been out of the public eye since traveling to Kenya to discuss an international force to fight Haiti's gangs.
Haiti's government declared a state of emergency on Sunday, following violent clashes, damaged communications and 2 prison breaks. That as a major gang leader seeks to oust Prime Minister Ariel Henry. Curfew was imposed with immediate effect throughout the West Territory for 72 hours. The dramatic escalation in violence in the capital over the weekend saw armed groups break into the country's largest prison. It was unclear how many inmates were on the run. Sources close to the institution said it was likely an overwhelming majority. Built to hold 700 prisoners, it held 3,687 as of February last year, according to rights group RNDDH. When Reuters visited on Sunday, there were no signs of police officers and the main prison doors remained open. Gang leader Cherizier, a former police officer, has called for criminal groups to unite and overthrow Henry. He warned locals to keep children from going to school to avoid collateral damages, as violence surged as the Prime Minister sought support abroad. Nearly 15,000 people have been forced to leave their homes in recent days, according to the UN International Organization for Migration. Prime Minister Henry had previously pledged to step down by February, later said security must first be re-established in order to ensure free and fair elections.